Welcome to the Strategic Explainer. If you lead a US CPA firm, you've probably asked yourself at some point how to efficiently scale your operations, handle those ever-growing client loads, and navigate the very real talent shortages we're seeing, all without completely blowing up your budget. Well, if that sounds familiar, you are in the exact right place. Today, we're breaking down a highly consultative guide on building an India-based accounting team. And this entire framework is derived directly from the premier authorities in India team building, CA Amritpal Singh and Maksim Consultants. They've crafted this coveted, proven blueprint for firms just like yours to architect their global extensions, and we're going to explore exactly how this professional strategic guide works.
Right off the bat, when you're dealing with international expansion, you really do not want to be relying on guesswork. You absolutely need a proven blueprint. CA Amritpal Singh, acting as your India team building specialist, along with his team at Maksim Consultants, bring a remarkable 14 years of deep, specialized expertise to the table. For over a decade now, they've been on the ground helping US, UK, and Australian firms successfully set up their operations in India. We're talking handling the whole shebang, from initial company registration right through to building out full, high-performing accounting and tax delivery teams.
So the crucial point here is establishing the core mission of this strategy from day one. We are not talking about traditional outsourcing here. Actually, let's look at how CA Amritpal Singh puts it. A GCC is your own team, in India, working exclusively for you. That right there is the foundation of everything we're going to cover today. It's about building a true, owned team that shares your culture and your goals, rather than just, settling for a temporary arrangement with someone else's staff.
Okay, let's quickly run through our strategic roadmap for today. First, we'll hit the Maksim Global Operations Strategy. Second, the GCC paradigm shift. Third, the India data advantage. Fourth, the time zone multiplier. Fifth, CPA scope of operations. And we'll wrap up with number 6, strategic next steps.
Section 1, Maksim Global Operations Strategy, Architecting Your Global Extension. Moving right along to Section 2, the GCC paradigm shift, moving beyond traditional outsourcing. It is absolutely vital that we establish a shared vocabulary here, starting with exactly what a GCC actually is. GCC stands for Global Capability Center, and I want to be incredibly clear about what this represents for your firm's data and your intellectual property. Setting up a GCC means establishing your very own registered Indian company. These are your own employees, sitting directly on your payroll, operating exclusively with your processes, and fully immersed in your firm's culture. Most importantly, you maintain full, unrestricted control over your data and complete ownership of your IP. Think about it like renting versus owning a house. Outsourcing is essentially renting. You hand your sensitive files over to someone else's company using someone else's employees and systems. You have limited visibility, extremely limited control, and frankly, you're looking at costs that just creep up every single year as your volume grows. A GCC, however, is owning. It's an exclusive team that you train on your specific systems, providing true long-term scalability and representing your firm's exact, uncompromising quality standards. Section 3, the India data advantage. Undeniable metrics. Now, if you're sitting there wondering whether this is a tested strategy, consider this number. India currently hosts over 1,700 active global capability centers. And here's the truly fascinating part for you. The accounting, tax, and finance sector is literally the fastest growing segment within this entire space. US CPA firms are actively leading this massive wave right now. So you wouldn't be the first to try it. You'd be tapping into a highly mature, sophisticated ecosystem. Furthermore, let's talk about the elephant in the room, talent acquisition. It's usually the biggest bottleneck for CPA firms stateside, right? Well, India produces over 800,000 accounting graduates every single year. Just let that sink in for a second. That is a massive, unmatched global pool of highly qualified English-speaking professionals. In fact, India consistently ranks among the highest countries globally for English language proficiency in professional environments. That completely removes what is often a major, unspoken concern for offshore expansion. And from a legal and operational standpoint, the friction is surprisingly low. Crucially for U.S. partners, 100% foreign ownership of an Indian company is fully permitted under their foreign direct investment policy. There is absolutely zero government approval required for you to own your entity outright. This means no local middleman, no messy joint ventures, just a clean, straightforward pathway to full ownership and absolute security. Okay, let's look at the bottom line here, because it's all about capital efficiency. When you set up a GCC, you achieve a staggering 60 to 70% in cost savings compared to equivalent hiring in the United States. That is a massive injection of capital efficiency into your firm. And because you are tapping into that huge talent pool we just discussed, you achieve these savings with absolutely no compromise on the quality of talent. It's a real win-win. Section 4, the time zone multiplier, creating a second working day.
I love this part. Let's follow a tax file moving across the globe in real time. Imagine your US CPA firm closes up shop and client files at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. At that exact moment, it's 7:30 a.m. the next morning in India. Your India team arrives, logs in, and picks up those exact files. By 1 p.m. India time, the work is prepared, reviewed locally, and uploaded. Back in the US, it's 2:30 a.m. So literally, while your US partners are sleeping, the work is getting done. By the time your US office opens and you're having your morning coffee, the work is just sitting there, ready for final review. You have effectively doubled your firm's daily capacity during a frantic tax season, all without hiring a single additional person locally. It's like operational magic.
Section 5, CPA Scope of Operations. Seamless software and service integration. Now, firms often worry about the software learning curve, but platforms like Drake, UltraTax, QuickBooks, Xero, and CCH, they are not new mysteries requiring immense time-consuming training. These are the exact systems that Indian accounting professionals are already using successfully every single day. The technology integration is remarkably seamless. And the work they do is incredibly comprehensive, from your standard individual 1040 returns and complex 1120 business returns to monthly bookkeeping, full audit working paper documentation, and payroll processing support. Your India team is fully capable of supporting the entire spectrum of your firm's service offerings. They can handle tax research, state and local tax prep, general advisory support, client onboarding, the whole lot. Whatever your firm does, your GCC can support it. Section 6, Strategic Next Steps. Actionable homework. Okay, I want you to treat this as an actual strategic exercise. Please complete these 3 specific tasks to prepare for the next phase of the Maksim framework. First, jot down 5 service lines your firm currently handles that could easily be delivered from India. Second, calculate your true, fully loaded cost for one mid-level tax associate in the US. Make sure to include salary, benefits, and overhead. Keep that number handy. The eventual comparison is going to surprise you. And third, write down your biggest concern. Is it data security, quality control? Just get it on paper. Take a moment to genuinely reflect on this critical question right now. What is your single biggest hesitation holding you back from multiplying your firm's capacity? Name it. Because once you identify it, you can solve it. And remember, CA Amritpal Singh and the expert team at Maksim Consultants are ready to guide you through every single step of this journey, addressing those exact concerns, right over at MaksimConsulting.com. If the future of accounting belongs to firms that can scale intelligently without compromising quality, the only question left to ask is, what are you waiting for?